That is the Commonwealth grasping at straws. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.
Okay, so this one's me. I mean, it's really me. It's not AI. It's Aussie Insider. There's another story that's coming out, and it's more about the Duckie saga. So, this company, Canton Fence, put up a sign that said Karen Reid was framed. And now he's being charged in the rubber ducky offences. Pardon the pun. Offences. So this is paperwork that I think has been sent to Turtle Boy. So early in the piece, they are complaining about the conspiracy theorists claiming Colin did it. I personally don't believe Colin did it. I think he chucked the left hook in there somewhere, but I think it was one of the Bryans, as far as I'm concerned, that did this to Officer John O'Keefe. Anyway, testimony and evidence made it possible for Colin Albert to be a suspect in John O'Keefe's death, contrary to the conspiracy theory that Colin Albert murdered him. This conspiracy has led to various harassment and littering incidents, including but not limited to the use of the tagline "Colin did it," stamped in red ink on counterfeit $100 bills. Counterfeit? Come on, they were just photocopies. And the sample phrase attached to yellow rubber ducks via a sticker. These incidents have led to a social media movement that has harassed Chris and Colin Albert, telling them to tell the truth. And they cannot duck the truth. That's not threats, it's just telling you to tell the truth about John O'Keefe's death. Both have given testimony contradictory to this conspiracy theory. Yeah, like anyone believes them. Colin Albert's "I don't know" 50 million times. That was really helpful. Therefore, these incidents are intended to persuade both of them to alter their previously given testimonies to the truth. This is Officer Tim Taylor, a lifelong Canton resident that has spent the last 6 months investigating a guy named Rick for leaving rubber duckies around. Today he charged Rick with 12 counts, including felony witness intimidation, criminal harassment, and littering. In the 36-page report, he definitely states that allegations Colin Albert and John O'Keefe were inside Brian's house were disproven at trial. He cites Nicholas Guarino's expertise and claims that telling Chris and Colin to tell the truth is witness intimidation because it means you're trying to get them to change their testimony. This guy is the biggest tool bag and should be embarrassed to be a police officer. I agree with you, Aiden. In a Facebook post, Rich shared on October 8, 2023, is a video clip in which attorney David Yannetti refers to Massachusetts State Trooper Michael Proctor as corrupt. Trooper Proctor's residence is where a yellow duck with "Colin did it" sticker attached was located, and at several residences throughout his neighbourhood. Sergeant Detective Lown and Detective Taylor of the CPD went to Canton Fence to execute a search warrant issued on a Monday, May 13th. The purpose of this search warrant was to conduct a download of the infotainment system data from the black Toyota Tundra owned by Rick. Upon arrival, I spoke with an employee of Canton Fence at the front desk, identifying myself as Detective Taylor of the CPD. I informed him that I was looking to speak with Richard Schiffer. We went down a hallway to Richard's office, where I informed him that I was in possession of a search warrant for the data from the infotainment system for his truck. I presented him a copy of the search warrant and he stated, "So you want the locations of my truck?" I replied, "Yes." Richard went on to say that the truck really only goes from his house to his work. I stated to him that I gathered evidence showing him being directly involved with throwing the ducks and counterfeit $100 bills from his truck, which allowed me to obtain the search warrant I gave to him. He replied that he only littered and he did not commit a crime. Richard then handed me the key fob to his truck. I then brought out the key fob to the Norfolk District Attorney's Digital Forensic Division technicians. Who would that be? Oh, that's right, Guarino. I then returned to the office to ask if Richard wanted to talk about the matter at hand. Richard initially stated yes. Upon hearing his reply, I informed he was the subject of a criminal investigation and that I was going to provide him with his Miranda rights before continuing our conversation. Is Rick going to get his truck back completely destroyed? Because these guys don't know how to do this stuff. They've already destroyed Karen Reed's truck. I read a copy of the police department Miranda rights she'd allowed to him in the presence of Detective Sergeant Land. When asked if he understood his rights, he checked yes, and I signed his initials. When asked if he wished to speak with me, he checked no, and signed his initials. I asked Richard if he meant to check no, as he previously stated he wanted to talk to me. He stated he was aware of this and had nothing to say. Detective Sergeant Lane and I then exited his office. While technicians were inside Richard's truck, I opened the rear driver's side door to enter and observed the downloading of the digital evidence of the infotainment data. Upon opening the door, directly in front of me, in plain sight, was an uncovered open box. This box contained a yellow duck, identical to the ones that have subject of this investigation, that are the subject of this investigation. These people don't know how to write. Additionally, in the box was an open brown paper bag. This bag contained 37 yellow ducks. Dun dun dun! They had the Colin Did It sticker attached. Dun dun dun! Next to his brown paper bag was a clear Ziploc style bag that contained multiple Colin Did It stickers. Dun dun dun! The thick plottins stuck to the inside of the bag. These items were later seized as evidence. Aidan says, Officer O'Keefe's blood was put in red Solo cups and a Stop and Shop bag. Detective Taylor carefully bagged 38 rubber duckies. Upon my return to the Canton Police Department, I entered the seized items into evidence. The seized items were noted as 1 yellow rubber duck, 37 yellow rubber ducks with Colin Did It stickers attached, 1 clear Ziploc style baggie containing Colin Did It stickers. Oh my god. I think there's more. Okay, Detective Taylor's investigation included watching a September 14 live stream of the Young Jerks. He gets upset when when Richard, a 65-year-old man with rubber duckies, called him Tully. On Saturday, September the 14th, 2024, a group of people held a protest at the Canton Police Department. The protest was filmed by several protesters, including several content creators. One of the content creators is named Mike Crawford, who runs a YouTube channel called The Young Jerks. Woo! Mike's hit the headlines. Mike was live streaming the protest via YouTube and Facebook while it was ongoing. While he was live streaming at approximately 5,200 into the live stream, Mike engages with an older white male party wearing a red Mega King hat. Dun dun dun! The plot thickens. Sunglasses, a coloured t-shirt and jeans at the protest. I immediately recognise this party as Richard. Their interaction begins with Richard handing a yellow rubber duck to Mike Crawford. On the bottom of the duck is the same "if you know" sticker that has most recently been located, littered on the property of John O'Keefe's residence prior to his death. What? Sticker that is most recent? Wait. The "if you know" sticker that has been most recently located, littered on the property of John O'Keefe's residence prior to his death. That's incorrect. Mike states that he has approximately 50 of them and sees them everywhere he goes, including the North Shore. Rich asks him if he has the red one with the Colin Did It on it. Mike, displaying the duck for the camera, states, "That looks something like I could get arrested for in Canton." Indeed. Rich states, "Yeah, right, well, they went through my truck already, so they didn't find shit." Mike asks Rich, "Are you the guy?" Rich replies, "Yeah, I'm the guy. It's just a joke." Tully, instead of Taylor, already came to my house, my shop, my business. Tully, Leon and another Staunton cop went through my truck, my system, my information system in my Toyota to see where I drove in the month of March. So I started the duck campaign and the money campaign in February. So I got caught on Proctor's ring cam and a bunch of other people. I don't care because I'm fighting the fight. So anyways, they went through my thing on a Thursday. Tuesday, the following Tuesday, they came to my house. I wake up in the morning at my house, going through it again, the same thing, the same warrant, same 2 warrants. And you know what they didn't find? Shit. They don't find nothing. And you know what? And I got the arrest warrant. I can email it to you. The police officers he incorrectly refers to as Tully coming to his residence and shop is actually me, Detective Taylor. Mike asks, "Did they arrest you?" Rich replies, "Well, no arrest warrants, but the charges that they were going to charge me with, the police report, I'll send that to you." Rich continues ranting on about Chief Rafferty, the ducks, and Rita's lawn because people were asking. Rich continues, "I am not hiding from nothing. I started this," while holding up a duck, Colin Did It, "ones, and I share the ones with this," while holding up the duck "if you know" sticker attached to it. It's a trigger word, you know what I mean? A Feeney Brothers Utility Services dump truck drives by honking its horn, and Rich can be seen throwing a duck at the truck, and it lands in the back of the dump truck. Rich turns, looks back at the camera, and says, "It went in." Get shot there, Rich. Mike asks, "So when they came to you, did they threaten you with certain charges?" Rich replies, "Well, they wanted to get me on intimidation, Mike, honestly. What I think they're trying to do is connect me to Total Boy." Dun dun dun! So they couldn't. So this is me, myself, and I here, Mike. I've got nobody involved in this. I did this on my own, smoking a joint at night, thinking what more can I do to help. So that was it. And these are my signs. I made them up, and I sat with the ducks, and it's been hilarious ever since, and I can't believe how it's grown, and I've sent them to Sean, I've sent them to Dylan, I've sent them to everybody. He's talking about Sean McDonough from Going Through the Motions, and Dylan is a YouTube channel based in England, so I'd like to see them go there and try to arrest him. Mike says, "They're on the North Shore, I'll tell you, I've seen them everywhere." Rich states, "But the secret is, it's got to have the sticker because the stickers are the original ones. They're the original ducks. Like I said, it was an idea back in November, but in February I started it, and they just don't like the message. The bottom line is, they just don't like the message." Mike and Rich converse back and forth and how they both believe they were targeted as a way to get information about Total Boy aka Aidan Carney, and tell stories about him. They state Tully tried to send people to them to get them to tell stories about Aidan. Rich goes on to state that the purpose of the search warrant for his truck was an attempt to show him driving to where Aidan Carney lives and meeting with him at various locations. Aidan Carney has never been a subject of this investigation. That's because you've already arrested him and put him in jail. No member of the Canton Police Department, including myself, has ever attacked Aidan Carney in regards to any of the littering incidents since March 2024. Yeah, because you've already arrested him and chucked him in jail for witness intimidation. Okay, let's see if there's any more of this to go around. Oh, this is an important message. Per Aidan Carney, we have started a fund for the Bukkake Bunch. Anyone who receives a summons to appear before a Clark magistrate to face charges of witness intimidation after receiving a visit from Bukkake, I got the ball rolling by donating $1,500 for these people who did nothing wrong in a free country where you're allowed to drop rubber duckies or a message on someone's Facebook and tell them they suck. This wasn't a felony until the people who murdered John O'Keefe started pretending to be victims over it. Let's see how much we can raise for these people who are being intimidated by the state and threatened with felony charges. So you can all go to giftsendgo.com/GDBE8 if you would like to donate to people who are getting arrested over the duckies. Here's a story about a man named Yuri who was busy busting people for their ducks. All of them were rubber yellow, like a turny mellow, but no one gives a duck. I love it, unfiltered. Well written.
Judges gavel slams to seat. Lawyers dance, twist up their feet. Finger points truth in the air. Crime scene chalk, we got there. Witness falls under the glare. Truth lies hidden, but where? Evidence in shadow cracks. Guilty walks with ducks in packs. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck. If it quacks with a smack and waddles in the track, it's stuck. It circles round the facts, can't hide from the luck. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck. Twist the tail, then change their tune. Photos snapped under the moon. Bloody prints and muddy paths. Money trails that never last. Defendant's face behind a mask. Justice chained up to the past. Solitary cell they spin. Real truth trapped deep within. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck. If it quacks with a smack and waddles in the track, it's stuck. It circles round the facts, can't hide from the luck. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.